Hey Clear Lake peeps, Ross England here with Clear Lake Guide Service for your Clear Lake report for April 20th, 2023. Coming to you from the studio here in the parking lot at the 5th Street launch ramp where we just got done fishing for the day. So we'll launch right into this and tell you that lake level full. Call it 7.5. That's not going to change until Yolo County decides to start pulling some water out of here. And when that probably with as much water that's in the valley and the amount of water that's still coming down, that'll probably be a while. Water clarity. I stayed on the upper end of the lake today, just trying to stay out of the wind. It was actually a pretty calm day until about noon, and then it started coming up a little bit, at least where I was. And the clearest water I saw was about 3 feet of visibility. Although since last week, you know, I've seen areas that only have a foot to a foot and a half of visibility and up to about 8 feet. So it just depends on where you are, and where I was today, it wasn't that clear. I mean, it was fine. Definitely wasn't an excuse for not catching fish. The water looked good. So let's see, level, clarity, activities upcoming. Next Saturday and Sunday, ABA has permits pulled for both days, and I don't know if it is you know, one of their specialty tournaments, or if they just have one tournament going, or if they have 2 tournaments going. So can't really tell you. I just know that they've got a permit going for Saturday and Sunday this coming week. The other thing I forgot to talk about was water temperature, and since last week it's dropped. It was, since our last report, I've seen it as low as 51.5 at launch in the morning, and then this morning when I launched it was 54. So not too bad. It's not 60, but you know, 54 is right in these fish's wheelhouse, and they ought to be active. So I think those cover your conditions, cover the upcoming activities. Fishing, I am proud to say that we finally boated our first limit of fish for the year. Finally. So I have to say that the fishing's improved, because I haven't done that all year yet. Seriously, we had a couple guys out the other day, and they you know, we fished hard for about 5 hours with artificials and never caught a fish. And we were in their boat. They brought a little minnow bucket and had, I don't know, 12 or 18 minnows, and we caught 3 and lost 1 really nice fish. Don't know how big it was. It was just a nice one. They went back out on their own, kind of following the same guidelines and whatnot, yesterday, and caught 9 fish. So they were pretty happy. Heck, I was just happy they caught the 3 fish they caught the day that we were out. And then today we were back out again guiding, and we had 6 fish today. The biggest fish we landed was a 6. We didn't lose any fish, and we didn't get a whole lot of extra bites, but at least we capitalized on the ones we got. So with the weather coming up, maybe I should say the lack of weather coming up, because it looks like, you know, in the next 10 days we're going to see some water temp or air temps up in the high 70s for probably, well, it was all the way through the forecast. So the water temperature gets up there. I know that there are some fish that are spawning. You go back into some protected areas. I don't know whether you can see them. I haven't been in there to look for it, any of them, but some of the protected areas around the lake are going to have some fish that are actively spawning. around most of the lake, I'm going to say it's not really gung-ho spawning wise, but it's coming. You know, as soon as this water temperature, you know, can hit up around 59 in that range and stay there, then it's going to be going all over the place, at least on the upper end of the lake. Now, a week or so ago, I was down south in Soda Bay, or not Soda Bay, Konocti Bay, down in that area, and I found some pretty warm water. It was 62 and 63 that particular day, but that was right now probably a couple weeks ago. And the last time I was down there, it was 55, so it had dropped a good 6 to 7 degrees. So that's your report for today. We'll be back on the water and be able to slap out another report next week. I think that's it. So right now, happy face. Finally caught a limit of fish. Finally. Talk to you next week.